Hello, this is Danny from T&D Productions. During the past 2 years, the world is pretty much shut down thanks to a pandemic. But with a new vaccine coming out and people acting much safer, the world is ready to get back into traveling. This is not the end. However, some countries are deciding they should just live with the pandemic going on. So let's look at those countries today. We're going to look at a list of countries that have decided to pretty much live under the threat of this pandemic and go back to the way life was. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And also remember to ring the bell to get notified when a new video drops. First off, we have the country of Singapore. Singapore has adopted a philosophy saying it's better to control the outbreaks than control the people. They decided to just live with the virus, but people have to still monitor themselves and make sure they get COVID testing. Singapore has decided to just let their citizens travel and live their lives as if it was pre-pandemic. A lot of the restrictions have been lifted or have been eased back. However, there have been some spikes in recent weeks that's making the government rethink their decision. On to the country of Denmark. According to officials, the virus is no longer an illness, which is a threat to society. Denmark's reported daily cases of COVID spiked around November and December last year, but have fell drastically under 1,000 daily for the past 6 months, with big dips happening in April and July. Because of this, they decided to lift all restrictions to the way they were before the pandemic even started. Let's see how long that goes. Then we come to Thailand. Most of Thailand's economy is based on tourism. In Thailand, you can visit as long as you're fully vaccinated and have a negative COVID result within 72 hours of traveling. Also, when you're there, you have to test regularly. The island of Phuket is completely free with no quarantines. So if you want to go to Thailand, you can do that. If you want to go to places like Bangkok, Chiang Mai, or Pattaya, you have to get tested. In South Africa, the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has decided to ease restrictions because the infection rates decreased. The nighttime curfew has been shortened to 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. The size of gatherings increased to 250 people indoors and 500 people outdoors. These restrictions were announced by Ramaphosa last week, and the country passed much of the pandemic with extremely strict social distancing rules, where they banned all social gatherings except for funerals. Chile says because they have a high vaccination rate, tourists can return. The country has already started distributing booster shots to those who are fully vaccinated. Foreign non-residents will be able to enter provided they meet certain requirements and isolate for 5 days on arrival. The government says they plan to reopen the country to international tourism from October 1st, just in time to start the summer season for the Southern Hemisphere. It seems that they had a spike in June of 2020, but went lower than 1,600 daily cases, and then another spike happened around May, June of 2021, but has suddenly dipped back down starting in August to below 1,000 daily cases, and it remains there now. Let's see what happens in the future. And it seems that a lot of countries are doing the tourist bubbles. South Korea has aligned itself with a tourist bubble with Saipan, which means people from South Korea can travel to Saipan and people can travel from Saipan to South Korea with no quarantine restrictions, provided that they pass the COVID test within 72 hours. Well, that's my list of countries that have decided to just live with the pandemic and how they're doing. How's your country going to deal with this? Are they going to start accepting the pandemic as a way of life? Or are they going to just try to eliminate it as much as they can? Well, what does your country think? Leave your opinions in the comments below like, share, and subscribe. This has been Danny from T&D Productions saying, may the Force live long and prosper with you until all are one. Thanks for watching.